dude, this righteous fear, man, it's different, man. It's it's provocative, man. I mean, I don't even know what that means. It gets the people going.
Outcome is going to be if you hanging around millionaires every day. Now, what you think the outcome is going to be? You hanging around criminals, you hanging around low-level people. And nothing against drug dealers and criminals, because these are some of my friends. If people calling me every day about new scams and new jugs and shit like that, then that's gonna be my universe. That's gonna be what's in my mind all the time. I don't want to hear that shit no more. I want to hear about legit shit. I want to hear about 7 figures, the legit way, how you got it out the mud. I'm switching my circle up, not changing my friends. I'm just switching the circle that I'm surrounded by. So I don't want to hear that low energy shit. I want to hear high energy, high level, high minded shit.
What do you say to people that say you turned your back on the culture or
exactly
black
100%? I have turned my back on the idea of victimization mentality. We are locked up. We went from 1 and 4. We went from 1 and 4 to 1 and 3. But we always pointing at the white people, but yet we want to spend all of our money on foreigns. We want to spend all our money on luxury as opposed to going and buying some land. America is for sale, and there's a lot of barren land. Disney bought a lot of it in Florida. But the culture has you focused so much on fucking somebody bitch and pulling up in a foreign and rapping about things that could get you locked up and then saying you about prison reform. Like, it's, bro, we brainwashed out here, bro.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to class and welcome to the Nosy Ninja Network. We are streaming on both channels, guys. Come on in. How y'all doing? We're going to have a good old conversation. One title reads, singer Chris Brown have broke modern women going into debt, bro. And then the other title read, Chris Brown proves why black women hide their abuser but call out the dusties. They call out the broke men. So we're going to talk about it today. We're going to have a grown-up conversation. I hope I don't got to pull out the raid, guys. We grown-ups, and we come to YouTube for infotainment, right? We come to YouTube for infotainment because we know that too much entertainment, if we intake too much entertainment, it's going to make us sick. And some of us are already sick. Some of us don't need to get any more sicker than what we already is, right, guys? So let's get on into it, guys. Y'all heard about it. Chris Brown, he got people breaking out of relationships. Man, listen.
I called off my engagement to come see you. That's crazy. Y'all came in out of the time.
Now, ladies, I'm talking to all ladies. All ladies, yo. Come on now. Y'all got to get rid of the fairy tale. Y'all going to have to get rid of the fairy tale. Y'all understand that these characters, these celebrities, they are regular people. They are normal people. You know that? You could do that too. You could find your talent and you could be a celebrity. Why would you break off your engagement? So 2 things. Either he told you, do not go, and you said, oh, I'm going. Or you snuck out and you just lying. You just capping. Guys, remember, don't believe everything. You know what I mean? These women, they'll look you dead in your face and tell you they got a man. They got a husband. And they ain't got no husband. She went there with that sign knowing if she have a son that say that, he gonna give her some attention. So settle down, guys, right? We gonna break this thing down today. We not just gonna do what everybody else do. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Settle down.
Settle down. Settle down. Come on. Calm down. Calm down. Relax. Relax. You're getting a little out of order here.
As individuals, guys, we gotta stop wasting our money. Nobody is broke. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Let me tell you a secret. Nobody is broke. Black man not broke, black woman not broke, bro. Niggas be fronting like a motherfucker because niggas be wanting to spend their money on dumb stuff. But nobody is broke. So let's get rid of the narrative. Women can't possibly claim to be broke. Guys, look at this right here, guys. I mean, Chris Brown charging $1,100 for these pictures right now, guys. $1,100 for these pictures. Last year we did a video on this. It was just a G. It was a stack last year. This year he charging $1,100. So today we're gonna break down the mindset of the beta males, and we're gonna break down the mindset of the modern woman, because men show these women exactly who they are, and women get with these men, but have a picture of a man that they want. The guy that they get with, he might display certain traits, personalities, and characteristics, but somewhere down the line, she wants to manipulate that into this fairy tale. This is why I tell my sisters with sense, get rid of the fairy tale. The fairy tale gonna have you make poor choices and poor decisions, and then it's consequences. So get rid of fairy tale. All right, but we're gonna break it down because y'all ladies, y'all got to know what y'all dealing with, yo. Y'all don't take no time to get to figure out what y'all dealing with, because as long as what y'all dealing with is giving y'all something, y'all could care less. Y'all could care less. And ladies, those of you that do think y'all big Willie, where did y'all get that money from? Where y'all get y'all money from? Because y'all always claiming broke, blaming the man for not giving y'all anything. I hope we don't have any of our child support collecting sisters running down there, because guys, keep in mind, that's where they get the funds from. Somewhere down the line, one of y'all fellas fund this stupidity. One of y'all fellas fund this stupidity. Because these the same women that be screaming broke. And I'm gonna tell you something, guys. What's interesting about this picture is this is her second year. Because if you could look at her shirt, on the back of her shirt, she got her last year picture where she spent a stack. So she got $2,100. No shit. Yeah, $2,100 to spend on some pictures with Chris Brown. And then this would be the same woman in my chat screaming, men ain't ish. Men got to be something, because you will spend $2,100 taking a picture with a man. You see, that mental illness got to stop. And this is what I mean when I say, guys, ain't nobody broke. Miss me with that dumb shit. Ain't nobody. We know we ain't broke. We know we just not fitting to spend money on women that's not worth it. So we're going to always try to play stingy with them. Yes. So they can call us whatever they want. They can call us whatever shit. We'll start making up names for them. But we know we not broke. We just not fitting to be fools. We not a trick either. We not going to normalize trick being the new word for provider. But we ain't broke. And the sisters ain't broke, fellas. The sisters ain't broke. Y'all got to realize these sisters are getting too many plus signs. Too many plus signs thrown at them. It's several plus signs. We the ones that got minus. We got negative signs coming up out our crib. You know what I mean? No, we did it. We take accountability. You know what I mean? We was out there humping. Humping. You know what I mean? But we the ones that got the minuses. It is what it is. We got the minuses coming out our crib. They got the pluses going into their crib. So you a fool you a fool if you run with this narrative that the sisters is broke. Nobody is broke. They just choose to spend their money on stupid things, both men and women. Men and women. While hiding their money from each other, they go spend it in the same place. Guys, so we're going to talk about Chris Brown because it's important that y'all understand where Chris Brown get his mindset. Because I tell y'all always like to focus on the creation, what was created. You got to dig deep, y'all. None of y'all don't. None of y'all probably gonna know what we gonna go over today. And I know y'all don't, because I like Chris Brown, and I learned this joint just 20 minutes before we went on air. And this is what I say. We got to learn how to date better and start courting people better, because y'all women be with these abusive dudes, and these abusive dudes be showing y'all that they're abusive dudes, but because they're giving y'all something that you like, that you want, even if it's just a feeling, even if they are brokey, how y'all like to say, because y'all still sleep with the brokies, even if it's just a feeling, they're still giving you something that you want. So you care more about what they're giving you instead of what they're actually doing to you. And that can be discerned while dating. But again, I see something wrong with our community too. It's two topics that get the community very agitated too. And it's sad, yo. It's sad. But you remember the girl that went on a date? She went on a date just thinking she could go on a date because a man invited her on a date. She should be able to go on a date and just order 3 drinks, 3 alcoholic beverages. That's the problem. That's one of the problems, because y'all going on these dates, so y'all entertaining each other, trying to use each other instead of trying to learn each other. Because if any one of these females, victims of Chris Brown, would have worried about what he gonna do to them, rather what he gonna give to them, then they wouldn't be able to play victim. And a lot of y'all want to be victims, need to learn. Y'all need to learn. Ooh, it's gonna hurt today. You know what I mean? But y'all know, I'm not your average. You may have the average trick, but
What you need to do is stop playing. You might have all these crusty, dusty musties tricked, but you ain't tricking us.
yes, you gotta start. The good information have to be repetitive, and it have to be repeated after over and over. You know why? Because your mother taught you the stupid stuff over and over and over. So you like the stupid stuff because you tolerate it now. So now I'm gonna re-tolerate you. So I'm gonna keep telling you what it is, because you keep picking these dusty niggas. Why you keep, you know what I mean? You keep acting like you know. Oh, it's the same old stuff. That's sad. Whenever you jump on somewhere and be like, oh, it's the same old thing, and you still making the same moves and getting nothing, then use the dummy. Not the information. It's you. It's you. You know what I mean? But let's get on into some content, yo. Let's go on and get into some content, yo. Now, let me do some things here, because I don't know about this channel over here. This one of the most funny looking channels right here. So let me do some things real quick. Let me pull up. Matter of fact, I got it. I just block it with one of these. Oh, that's my daughter right there, by the way. Sorry. That's my little one right there. Remember I told you her birthday was this past 11th. That's my daughter right there. That's Nera. You know what I mean? But she turned 22. So, you know what I mean? My little one. That's my little one. Covered in the blood. You already know. That's my twin. But let's get it, y'all. For the record. See how beautiful she is? This why I don't be worried about any of y'all any of y'all insults. It will never affect me, cause my hour has passed. You the one trying to compete with the youngins. I'm trying to make a youngin great. Remember that. Remember that. So hold your insults. Save all the dumb stuff. I know how y'all do.
All right, Chris Brown is back on tour and going viral again for his infamous meet and greet photos with his fans. Now, last year, Chris charged his fans $1,000 to take an intimate photo with him, but this year,
intimate.
Yes, well, he's grabbing their booties. So this year he's upping the price to $1,111 to coincide with his latest album, 1111. Do you think this is a cop or a flop? When he takes pictures like grabbing like a handful of cheeks, would you do that with Chris Brown? Would you pay that money?
Me?
Yeah, no.
I have had enough of paying men in my life. All my employees mostly are men. All I do is pay men. I'm not going to pay no man Chris Brown and nobody else for no picture. No, I'm not doing it. Nope.
Okay. All right, Al.
This is definitely a flop to me, but everybody loves Chris Brown. But just given the climate of where we are with sexual harassment, with rape claims and all that type of stuff, I just wouldn't put myself in the vicinity of being able to later be accused of anything.
Why? Why? Is you dumb, sir? What don't you see there? Don't you see the camera? It's lights, camera, action, and it's that that's their signature. That they gave him money. He ain't give them money, bro. How does that make you uncomfortable? How does that make you uncomfortable again? They're giving him the money. If anything, y'all, I'm applauding Chris. I'm gonna applaud Chris. He found a way to make that term, because everything costs. You know how y'all dudes run around here talking about, because coochie costs, everything costs. He proves my point. He proves my point when I tell y'all, establish yourself. Establish yourself. He got women from all across the globe coming to give him $1,100 for a picture. Fellas, don't be dumb. This is why I tell y'all, pour into you. You got to pour into you, boy. You see this? Don't hate. Don't hate. Don't make no sense in hating Chris Brown. Pour into you.
And especially some of these explicit sexual positions that he takes the pictures in.
He mad.
Yeah, I think, you know what? If they want to pay for it, it's fun for them. And he's doing it on camera, so it's like everybody can see. They pay for this and ask for it. But, there are people that never want to give Chris Brown.
Ain't no buts. Y'all some stone cold haters. Stone cold haters, yo. Claudia, you a hater.
Of his life.
But why you want to pay somebody who already clearly got more money than you do?
Oh, this meet and greets, you know how they be paying. They be paying crazy money.
Hold on. I got the reason for that. I got the answer. I got your answer for you. Hold on.
Women are not accountable for the simple fact that it would just, it would be us women having to admit that we're ignorant, we're dumb, we're slow, and we're easy to be deceived. We're easy to be deceived and manipulated and played with. So if women was to be, oh yeah, I'm accountable for I ignored these red flags. Most women are not going to say where they messed up that they were slow, ignorant, delayed. They're not going to admit that, because that's what accountability is all about. Admitting where you went wrong at, where you went wrong. And women are simply, we're just not going to do that, because we're not wrong. We're always right. Men are wrong. Men know better and should be doing better.
For that kind of stuff. That's not how we would think. But these people that are in these small towns he goes and visits, they probably like, I'll never see him again. I'm going to get my picture of him grabbing my butt, I guess.
I did a whole video with Bruno Mars, and I got to grind my booty up against his groin, and didn't nobody have to pay nobody no money. You can pull it up.
And you could just go on a platform, a public platform, and just admit how you see what I mean? Just like the other day when we did the video on Dude from Power, Tariq. These women is wild, bro, and they feel they could do whatever they want, bro, because they don't get checked. They don't get checked. That's why I make them so angry. I get them so furious, because they don't be checked like this. They don't get checked. They don't get called out on their foolishness, bro. Now this lady set up here, and she's an old one too. So she been stupid for a very long time. She set up here and just admitted to great, really. Because you didn't get permission from that man. You know damn well Bruno Mars wouldn't give you permission to just fill up on him. But the double standards in society we live in. But we all right. We not complaining. We just calling it out. I know how y'all do. We ain't complaining at all. We don't need nothing from y'all. Nothing. I'm just saying, we calling it out. And she supposed to teach the women how to be okay. We gotta play that back. She supposed to teach the younger women how to be okay.
They probably like, I'll never see him again. I'm gonna get my picture of him grabbing my butt, I guess.
Well, I did a whole video with Bruno Mars, and I got to grind my booty up against his groin, and didn't nobody have to pay nobody no money. You can pull it up.
Yeah, you got a free cop.
I did.
Who that PYT said? Okay.
Now he happy on that. He's sitting there laughing on that. But when Chris Brown got a free crop, when Chris Brown get a chance to get a free little fill on or something, that make him mad. You see the shit? You see the shit, bro? You know what I mean? The dude in the bottom with the pink on. You know what I mean? You already clearly, Lilith said she will save and rescue the kids with the emblem on their neck. Voila. Incredible, yo.
Said, Cop, you're not gonna molest me, then have me pay for it. And Adrian M said, Cop, not mad at him, it's his money. And Empire TV said, this is a lawsuit waiting to happen. And DP Johnson said, Chris can kiss me and grab my booty for that price. I'll pay it. That picture is priceless. All right, moving on.
Right. You still go home. You still go home alone.
I'm doing the Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, however you want your payment, baby. I'm so mad I'm not a woman because I'd be up there copping.
You may not have to be no woman on mine.
Hey, don't you do that. Don't you do that, Lunel.
You dirty bitch! Look what you've done to my peonies!
They're marigolds!
Good God, I think she's right. They are marigolds.
I may not know my flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one! You dirty...
Man, yo.
If you paying for a picture of
I want the picture like they got.
Well, he can't discriminate. The dollar didn't discriminate.
All right.
Incredible, gang. You can't make this stuff up, man. The world we live in, the stuff they condone in the world we live in. But let's dive deep into Chris Brown, y'all. Let's see why Chris Brown is the way he is, bro. All right, like real rap, because a lot of y'all don't know that. And if a lot of you females that like Chris Brown or like men like Chris Brown was to sit down during a date and ask the brother just a simple question. So how was you raised? Like, who raised you? You will find out, right? This is why. Imagine you sat down, right? My sisters with sense, where y'all at? Imagine you know what I mean, going on a date with Chris Brown and you sat down with Chris Brown and you asked him, yo, so who raised you, right? And then he told you this. He told you this shit right here. Hold on. This is Chris Brown's stepdad, y'all.
The time that I lost my sight, Joyce and I were together. We were together and as a family. But some things happened where I felt our relationship slipping away, that I was losing her. I made a foolish attempt by getting a gun and threatening to shoot myself.
Chris Brown claims that in an act of attempted suicide, his former stepfather, Donnell Hawkins, shot himself in the head. But Donnell claims the gun went off by accident.
And it was...
All right, now we're going to stop right there. That part right there. Y'all on a date, you ask him the questions you're supposed to ask him, not the how much or how many can I order or can I order that. You're supposed to be on a date trying to figure out and learn the person. You try to find out a little bit about the person so you can make sure you know what he gonna do to you, right? Right? You want to be on these dates knowing what the motherfucker gonna do to you, what he capable of doing to you, not what he doing for you, because it's already there. You on the date, dummy. So now you want to figure him out. So he tell you some shit like this. If your antennas don't go up to okay, I ain't saying that it's an automatic deal breaker, ma'am. It's just a good indicator of, you know what I mean, some red flags that you're going to see in the future, right? So it's good to know. It's some good information, some good intel to know, right? And understand, I'm not trying to play nobody here because I can give a damn. I'm going to tell you like your teachers told you. Whether you learn it or you don't, I get paid. So you can sit here and get triggered all you want and act like your mama taught you this and she did not. because she wished like hell she knew this information because your daddy wouldn't even be your daddy. But you go on these dates to learn the other person. If he would have told you, or if a dude would have told you, yo, my stepdad almost killed this up, boom, antennas go up.
Was only a threat. So I put the gun, on myself, and it went off. And that's how I lost my sight. It wasn't a suicide attempt.
Of his former stepfather's blindness, Chris said, quote, "When you're blind, your senses are heightened. But he used to hit my mom. I remember one night he made her nose bleed."
I know that Chris misunderstood that incident. Yes, there was an incident where she ended up with a bloody nose, and I remember it. I had been out one night with another female, and I came home that morning.
Red flag number 2. Red flag number 2. You know beta males run their mouth and they need somebody to talk to. So while you on this date, so miss me with the, oh, I'm not telling, nigga, stop lying. Y'all niggas be missing that mama love and y'all be wanting to, y'all would have yap your mouth off and he would have told you, yo, my stepdad used to beat my mom, yo. And red flag number 2, sis. Now you start to be like, okay, so now when you running into his fit, when you running into his punches, man, you understand where it comes from because you chose him. Allow people to show you who they are, bro. Y'all don't do that. People show you who y'all are, who they are, and then y'all go trying to manipulate it. Let people be organic. See, the same way I don't let you change me. A lot of y'all wanna, oh, why you yelling, or why you doing this, or why is this, why you saying it like that? You not fitting to manipulate me, and you need to work on that. That's called control issues. You have control issues where you got to control the way you intake things, and that's sad. That you're not gonna win in life like that, sis.
Morning, and she was very upset, and I understood that. Tempers flared, and in my attempt to console her, as I usually did, I got up to walk towards her, and I tripped. Our faces hit, our heads collided. There was no kind of domestic violence.
But Chris claimed the abuse at home got so bad that he vowed to kill Donnell by the time he was 15.
He said in an article that he wanted to kill me, something about take a baseball bat and come to my job or something. The irony of that is that we spent time together after that point, and even before he actually became successful, and there was never any signs of anger, abuse, violence.
But Donnell admits he did get physical with Chris on one occasion.
I only spanked Chris one time in 7 years, and the reason for that was because he got out of line with talking back, cursing, hitting at his mom, and I just felt that enough was enough.
While he has not seen Chris since his rise to superstardom, Donnell told us he is sorry if his past behavior hurt him in any way.
Chris, I personally want to apologize for anything that I may have said or done to offend you. I wish you much success in your career, but at the same time, you have to stop pointing the finger. You have to stop blaming me for your problems.
Incredible. So right there, that goes to show you that he had a wild childhood. He had a very violent childhood, guys. So he make his own decisions. That's bullshit. He make his own decisions off of seeing parents fight each other. That's what he make his decisions off of. He had a childhood of domestic violence. Yeah. So we can stop all this. And it shouldn't be no flying roaches in my chat. We addressing the fuck shit in the father right now. So why is it flying roaches in my chat? That's what y'all need to learn how to do. Y'all need to learn how to call out them fuck mothers in your sisterhood, which y'all don't. Y'all sit there and compete with one another. This is why dating is dead. Everything is made transactional. That's a right. That's facts. That is correct, because that was the goal. Satan promised to monetize everything that was left for us in the Holy Land. So if you remember everything, this is why we got to pay for shit that we can grow. We gotta pay for shit we can make. Remember, our women traded in real work, God's task, for comfort, for the devil's comfort. Don't forget that. It was a reason why we was washing clothes, had little farms. We had many farms back in the days, guys, where the chickens, we had chickens. Chickens produced the egg. We used the egg for all of the stuff we use egg for, but we did it ourselves. You know what I mean? Homeschooling. We did all that ourselves. The devil crept in and found a way to monetize everything. You know what I mean? So if you playing that game, then you already know what side you're on. Because remember, it's between the evil versus the good. It's not about color or none of that. It's about evil and the good. You know what I mean? If my title that says Black Woman is bothering y'all, then come to my other channel where my title reads Modern Woman type shit. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all, but let's move it right along. So y'all saw that, right? The dad was, that's where Chris Brown get that shit from, bro. Now let's dive in.
I called off my engagement to come see you. That's crazy. Y'all can't get out of this time.
All right, I got a video that I want to play. Here we go. This is from a sister. I need my sisters with sense to peep what's going on. Because let me tell you another thing. This gender war that we want to claim exists is not between man versus woman. Yes, Mr.Goodbread said it. You can tell anybody who want to make money and profit off of this stupid shit. The gender war is not man versus woman. The gender war is man versus man and woman versus woman. It's the good man versus the evil man. We are responsible as good men to check in the evil man. And it's the good woman, the Proverbs 31 woman, against the Proverbs 7 woman. You know what I mean? Now look at here, good folks. We outnumbered, but don't be scared. And don't try to fit in with them. Because that's the problem. Y'all so scared to identify yourself with the truth because everything every other thing you're associated with is fake. And it's gonna make you feel uncomfortable, ladies, my sister. Now let's get it. Let's get it. I want y'all to really focus on how they be trying to manipulate y'all sisters into being stupid, yo. It's the other yes, because that's the gender wars between y'all. Y'all sisters gotta check y'all sisters, because us men gonna check us men. You know what I mean? And we got our foot, us men with value, right? We got our foot on these simps' neck. You know what I mean? The simps can only gas y'all up. Simps can't get around us and chill, and we build nothing with a simp. Soon as a nigga get around us and we smell a simp, we out of there. We know he a snitch, he a rat. So we good. We are protected. Us good dudes, we have formed circles like the righteous fear, where we come and we wean out the little suckers, or we try to help them. If we can't help them, then we gonna wean them out. You know what I mean? And we gonna put them on the side. They on your team. They on your team, man. They are on your team. You know what I mean? These women come in here, they come in my doors with this big bad energy. You know they big back black chicks. Like, come on, bro. You can't control nothing. You can't control nothing. All you could do is type in my chat. Mental illness, bro. Mental illness. She probably the one that she probably the one that did this video. And then look how sneaky they is. Like, why don't you show who you are? How you gonna talk this much shit about a person and then not show who you are, then hide behind the screen and try to alter your voice? Let's look at this, guys.
Save your room, black woman. I'ma get to the point. You know I ain't with all these long ass introductions. I want to tell you that most black women are mammies. This is why none of this stuff will never get through their heads that these men do not like them. These men do not want them. The only time these men want y'all is when they want y'all money. Now, Chris Brown is falling off. Nobody really paying attention to his music like that anymore. Him and Trey Songz.
Man, who hurt you? Who hurt you, man? Who hurt you, man?
Y'all, why some nigga in a car just try to hunt while I was trying to cross the street? Then this nigga gonna get mad because I ignore him. Then gonna say, that's why you walking. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. You're in a Honda. That's the equivalent. What are we talking about? Mad fucking ugly and pressed.
Nah, sis, that ain't the equivalent. You see their mindset? Do you see the mentality on these broke, dusty chicks, bro? Sis, you're walking. You're walking. You didn't have to get in this car. Nobody expects you to get in this car, but why not be nice? Like, I no thank you, bye. Why do y'all always take this defensive, offensive approach? Like, if somebody's attacking you, sis. Sad shit.
So they're going to Panda. Now they done went backwards. Now they charging $1,000 for fans to take pictures with them. You want to know why Chris Brown charging that money? Why? Because he's falling off. Nobody paying attention to that nigga. That's why he got to get these nappy-headed bitches who don't have good hair.
See, that's what it is. She jealous of the females. And I told y'all be slipping. The war is woman on woman, y'all. Woman on woman. That's what she really wanted to say. That's what her anger really lied. Chris Brown just the median. You know what I mean? She one of them ugly little chicks. That's why she ain't showing her face. And she hating on y'all sisters with sense. Cause y'all act like them, so they think y'all is them. Even though y'all tend to not think like them, but y'all think acting like them get you the same benefits of them. So then they be thinking y'all them until y'all bust a move that they wouldn't bust. Cause one thing I know about the Proverbs 31 woman from the Proverbs 7 woman, the Proverbs 7 woman, she have no limit. But at some point, you Proverbs 31 woman, no matter how hard you want to act like a Proverbs 7 woman, you got content. And you gonna stop at some point. Proverbs 7 woman, she'll be on the internet, butt ass and booty hole naked. Y'all gonna stop at bra and panties though. But y'all need to stop following them. Y'all need to stop trying to benefit like them. Cause something gonna come at the end of those benefits. You think they winning, sis. They not. And they don't like you either. They don't.
Here now to endorse him now. That's why he in videos with Omani, whatever her name is. So I got this video off Eloho.
Mind you, none of this is true. None of this is true because every year Chris Brown have a hit song. Like this was the year when he had he had two of them running around here, that No Guidance shit. That shit was the joint right there. That was side nigga of the year. That was a side nigga soundtrack right there, bro. So, man, you's a whole liar, yo. He didn't sign your autograph at a concert or something. What prompted you to do this video, man? The hate, they'll tell you, yo, the love be fake, but the hate be real.
Channel. Watch the video, watch her commentary, see her opinion, and I'll get right back to you.
On his fans went viral. Fans paid up to $1,000 for a VIP meet and greet and photo op with Chris Brown. Women and men, child, lined up and paid up for what they considered a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity with Breezy.
The delusion is real, bro. The delusion is real. And this is why we have our graph over here, right? Because they are all lied to you. I want y'all to peep something. You see all different shades, sizes, colors, right? And they will not all us to fucking death, right? and then go disguise behind one another. This is why we have our graph, guys. Because all these bitches on this graph is modern women, bro. I don't give a fuck. One of them could blame the other. Yellow could sit there and be like, no, it's the blue girls. And the blue could sit there and blame the purple girls. All these women are modern women, bro. The Eve, the Proverbs 31 is not on this chart. All these men, guys, are beta males until they turn themselves into an alpha male. I don't give a fuck. They could be mad. They could hate each other. They could blame Pookie, and Pookie could blame Chad, and Chad could blame Ray Ray, and y'all all beta until you make yourself an alpha. And that's how we give it up. It's hard. It's hard. I don't set low standards. They got a lot of channels with niggas with low results that set low standards for men. You can go to one of them channels. We not missing viewership over here at all. The goal is to pour into yourself and make yourself great, so that then you can get bitches doing videos about you like this.
And let me say that this is nothing new. Chris Brown has always done meet and greets when he goes on tour, and he always does these really seemingly intimate poses with his fans. I think Chris Brown has a really smart team behind him. They know the mistakes that he's made, the problematic things that he's done and said, and they're working overtime to try to get that easily manipulated, dark-skinned Black woman fan base to fall in love with him again. Now, let me just say...
And see, that's the problem right there, sis. This is why I need y'all, sisters with sense. I need y'all to get rid of the fairy tale, because I know it be programmed in y'all that dark-skinned niggas do y'all wrong. Y'all run to the light-skinned niggas, and no disrespect to any of my light-skinned brothers, y'all niggas is mean. Y'all know I tell the truth. I tell the fucking truth, bro. Y'all some mean-ass niggas, yo. Y'all niggas is mean. I don't know why, but y'all niggas is mean, bro. But the programming, the media teaches these women that it's us dark-skinned niggas. Us dark-skinned niggas is the monsters. Oh, yeah, we gonna beat you up. We gonna go upside your head. And y'all gotta get rid of the fairy tale. Y'all be making a mistake, yo. Think about some of the most abusive dudes in our world. Fuck P. Diddy, bro. Think about after P. Diddy, yo. You got Blueface, Chris Brown. You got a whole lot of light-skinned niggas. I'm just saying.
Hey, I really don't care if you pay $1 million to go see Chris Brown. Like, what you do with your money, that's your business. But I do have to remind the easily forgotten that Chris Brown specifically said he does not want darkies in his section. And I'm going to keep reminding y'all, because this is more than just having a preference. You don't have to prefer dark-skinned Black women. You don't have to prefer anyone who you're not attracted to. But
what you mean? You don't have to have a. You didn't even pronounce. I ain't the best at pronunciation, but man, that was a fucked up sentence. Let's go back. That was you confused us, man. You don't have to have a preference, but if I have a preference, it's because I want it, so I have to have it. I want a preference. I want to only date this one. What? Y'all will have preferences too, sisters, if y'all poured into yourself and stop thinking somebody's supposed to take you as you is and you ain't pour into yourself. Nobody gonna make you they all if you don't make you your all, man. For some reason, I don't know, the fairy tale teaches y'all that y'all could just sit there and be dumb, run up mileage, and a dude gonna just be a gentleman. It's a great gentleman. There is no great gentleman out there that's gonna come along and scoop you. That great gentleman is an asshole. And that great gentleman, 9 times out of 10, was designed, built in the hell of a mama factory.
Single mothers oftentimes do everything but fuck their sons. And they have that emotional stability that is built within the home. A single mother is a fuckboy factory. Single women become so emotionally dependent upon their children, specifically their sons, that they will convince themselves that they don't need a man until they encounter the space from being alone to genuinely being lonely. And now we're having to deal with the imbalance that was set in the household because this boy is not your son, he is your man. When you want to cuddle, you go lay down with them. When you want some emotional time, you go watch movies with them. You touch them and you rub them and you massage them. You do these things, everything that you would do to a man to suffice that. A lot of women even dress their sons like the man that broke their heart.
This is tough.
So I think that that's the dichotomy. Like, I'm not saying that your children shouldn't have weight in your relationship, but what I am saying that we have to look at it from an integral space. Like, why do they feel this way? Especially if you're dealing with a man-child who is uncomfortable with your new partner, and this man-child is not necessarily a little boy anymore.
We know that. Chris Brown got very uncomfortable. He get very uncomfortable about his Karuchi now. Karuchi Ruchi with the good coochie. Chris Brown, a hell of a son, B. But he is the GOAT. He is the next Michael Jackson. And if you notice, that's who got all the 80s women is programmed to soft dudes like that, dancing soft dudes like that. That's what the fairy tale programmed to. That's why they stuck, because they want a soft dude, but they want a dude that could build something. You know what I mean? And they get these soft dudes and they realize these soft dudes ain't building, and they still attracted to the dudes that is not as soft, but they building. You know what I mean? Pour into you, ladies. Pour into self. Pour into self.
Section. And I'm going to keep reminding y'all, because this is more than just having a preference. You don't have to prefer dark-skinned black women. You don't have to prefer anyone who you're not attracted to. But to specifically say no dark-skinned black women can sit in my section, no dark-skinned black women can come to my parties, no dark-skinned black women in my videos, no dark-skinned black women, no dark-skinned black women, no blackies, no darkies, no nappy-headed. Like, goddamn, might as well call him Jim Crow. And I want the Chris Brown stans that are listening to this, you know, take this for what it is. I don't just come at Chris Brown. It's any and everybody, okay? Because I know y'all like to say, oh, it's not just Chris Brown, but y'all let other people do it and y'all don't say nothing. Not over here. Not me. I'm going to say something, whoever it is, okay? Someone tweeted $1,000 to take a picture with Chris Brown, who would probably tell the club bouncer to kick you out of the section for not being light-skinned enough. Seeing dark-skinned women thirst over him is literally even more insane. Amnesia is present, I guess. Seeing Chris Brown being thirsted over on the timeline is so... Do we have memory loss? $1,000, damn. How much does he charge for dark-skinned black women? And then started the jokes of dark-skinned black women possibly having to pay double, triple, quadruple the price because of Chris Brown.
Yo, they starting already, sisters with sense. They starting the division and the sisterhood already. So remember, they taught y'all birds of a feather flock together. They taught y'all that your whole life. Birds of a feather flock together. They never told you the rest of that quote. Until a boy into the cage, you put a man in the picture, y'all birds is not a team. Y'all birds is not designed to even depend on another bird. Y'all designed to only depend on the man. Y'all not designed. Y'all don't need nothing another female got. So all that stuff y'all be playing on here, all that time y'all be wasting, huddling up in these stupid sisterhoods, y'all should be pouring into yourself. That's the answer to that.
Because if I don't set my standard, the standard won't be set. Because if I'm asleep, how can I be woke? Yes. Because if I don't fall, how will I get up? Because if it's not in front of you, then it's already behind you. That's a bar. Because if I don't get right, then I'm gonna get left. Because if I don't swim through it, I'll drown in it. Because if I don't...
Yeah, it look a lot. That room was lit. That room was lit. It wasn't a lot of dark ones in there. Cause I'm gonna tell you, them light brights be the ones giving the agendas to the dark skinned ones. Cause the dark skinned ones is that bold. They're that bold to go and do it. And the light brights sit there and watch. But the light bright, the sneaky one too, y'all. That's why I say this shit is not about color at all. It's about the spirit. So stop listening to what they say out their mouth and just watch their action. Watch they action. And salute to my spatula gang, yo. Y'all on y'all job today, yo. We got the raid mob. They trying to get us. But y'all peep, every time y'all spray one, 50 come. Keep going, y'all. Keep going, y'all. Salute to the bread squad.
Brown paper bag test. And it seems like the only time Chris Brown will let a dark-skinned black woman within a 10-foot radius of him is when he's actually generating revenue, or when there's a bunch of iPhone cameras recording and he doesn't want to be dragged on Twitter, so he'll put on a smile, give out a couple hugs, and be on his way. Now, let me also make this...
Man, all of that is right. All of that is correct. How is that going to help you? Because obviously you're attracted to Chris Brown. You're attracted to men like him. So you knowing everything about his business, how is that going to help you, man? Come back, run that by me again, man. Crickets, huh? And there be the problem with folks that got mad shit to say about people.
It's clear. You do not have to hate Chris Brown. For all his fans out there who say we hating on him, you don't have to hate Chris Brown to understand and have a self-esteem to when a man says he's not interested in you, for you to also show disinterest in him. That's not hate. That's not hate. It's called reciprocity. You don't like...
What Eloha was saying before I cut the video short was, listen, you can have your preferences, you can like who you want to like, but remember too, we don't have to like you either. We don't gotta support your music, we don't have to go to your concerts, we ain't gotta be paying thousands of dollars to see your bum ass for 5 minutes, not even that.
But you are. Man, y'all lined up. Y'all lined up, bro. That boy, he killing it. He killing it. Look, y'all lined up. Y'all lined up. You know what I mean?
For a little bum ass picture and a little bum ass signature. But most black women are mammies. They're not going to put back out the energy that these men give to them. You have to understand that these men, the Chris Browns and the Trey Songz, they're only going to come to dark-skinned black women or come to these fans when they need some money and when they're about to fall off.
But that don't matter. They're not robbing these black women. They didn't rob these black women in the picture because these are dark-skinned women, man. Excuse me. These are dark-skinned women. You know what I mean? So you got to speak for yourself. You know what I mean? You got to speak for yourself. That's a black woman. This is a black woman. You know what I mean? Yeah, she gonna call herself light skin though. She gonna call herself light skin. So we ain't saying nothing with that. But y'all see the photos. It's tons of photos running around out there.
Okay? But when Chris Brown was up, Chris Brown ain't never wanted to date no black woman. So I just don't understand why these women is still there, paying thousands of dollars for this nigga.
Because dating him and taking a picture with him, dating and business is two different things, man. Like, this is the dumbness in these bitches, bro. They be mad and then they be trying to control stuff that's beyond their control instead of controlling themselves, bro. This is why y'all be getting dragged in them relationships with Pookie, y'all. Y'all don't ever focus on y'all. Y'all focus on everything other than yourself. You know everything what man ain't doing, what man's supposed to do, but you don't know that this man father is an abuser. Shit crazy.
nigga, when these bitches can save that money for their bills, they can take themselves shopping,
True.
get their nails and hair
True.
done. Why
No.
spend money on this little crazy ass woman beating ass nigga?
She hating.
Everybody know when you fall off, go to that black woman. She'll accept anything. Then Normani, another mammy. Like, come on, yo. Like, Normani is just trying to get her views and her popularity
Remember, y'all told y'all it's the war is women on women, man on man, bro. Y'all let this shit slide if y'all want to, sis.
up. But listen, these black women celebrities like the Kelly Rowlands and all the man, these women on mammies, they don't give a fuck about the plight of other dark-skinned black women out there. They don't care, man. These women want validation so fucking bad. These women is willing to be publicly humiliated. These women is willing to be, this, and they gonna act like ain't nothing happened. I mean, black women, I done told them that black men don't want them. They be like, oh, well, so what? That don't mean anything, They brush it off like it don't mean anything. But later want to complain when these same men don't want to let them inside of the VIP section with them because they're dark skinned. When they say no darkies, then they get mad. But listen, black women, y'all, majority of them are mammies. Majority of them got low self-esteem. They're always going to support men that don't give a fuck about them. It's okay for you to use and abuse black women until you need their support, until you need their...
Ma'am, who hurt you, ma'am? Yo, sounds like she need a love. She need a love, yo. And this shit is so depressing. I need to see your love real quick. I need to see your love real quick. Cause lighten up the mood for the fellas. Cause this bitch she's depressing. We could tell she is out of the race.
You don't actually have to comment anything negative about what I know and about what people praise me on knowing. Y'all hop on she got on, why she got that on? You could actually just grind hard, and if you feel like, you want to get your body done or you want to go to the gym and work out, you have the same access to the same resources that all the rest of us do. You could change your diet and eat no carbs like I do. You can go under the knife and go get yourself together that way by stacking you up some bread to be able to pay for that. Or you can go pay for a trainer, or hell, you can go just get with a group of friends that's motivated to go work out and work your ass. You don't actually have to come on my page and be bothered by nothing you see, because I don't ask a bitch to come here. But all of this stuff is reflective of your esteem about self. It's the same when you see dudes and they looking at other dudes, and because the nigga done pulled up and he got all his money or his jewels on, you hear niggas saying, well, I don't know why they be buying all that stuff. You could just mind your business. Or you can go buy the stuff too, or you can worry about it not because it ain't your money.
Whew, we needed that. Beauty and brains. A rare sight, yo. Breath of fresh air. Sheesh. I know. That's how you know we hit hard. We hit big over here. When even the professional haters gotta admit that they want to agree. That's a receipt, guys. That's your receipt. When the troll gotta say it, he gotta say it. When you make a troll admit it, a troll worse than your mama. Mamas don't apologize, and trolls don't either. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, back to this funeral.
money. But when they get on, usually, they forget about the black woman. And let's be honest with you, the majority of these people who was buying these damn tickets to come take pictures with this nigga were black women and black people in general, but mostly black women. I ain't really see many white women up there. So his album wasn't doing good. Nobody really streaming his music. So now his team is saying, okay, go back to your black female fan base, the ones who...
She alive, bro. She alive, bro. Last year when she did this video, he was doing videos with Drake. So, he merged Drake fans because, him and Drake had beef. So that song went dope because that song went viral because they was in a video together. Money. Boy, he's printing money right now, bro.
helped you when you first came on. You remember that video running? He had a dark-skinned woman in his video. I don't know about afterwards. Besides his first video running, I ain't seen any more dark-skinned black women in his music videos except for recently with Normani. And
Yeah, because Shorty probably acted a fucking fool. She probably acted a fucking fool. She probably was one of them shorties that claimed a false allegation on the boy. You don't know. So you need to stop speaking on it.
I believe his team is only doing that because he's falling off. He's trying to get that black female fan base back now that he's falling off, because I don't think them white folks or them Latinos is really coming to see him like that. I tell you, you black women so fucking stupid. Y'all about the most dumb.
Yo, you is so fucking racist. You got the nerve to address my sisters. Yo, don't address my sisters with sense like that, bitch. You is a man. Like, be a fucking lady. Like, this the shit we gotta deal with, bro. A hater, bro. And she just gets so animated too. No information. No information. Bet you she don't know Chris Brown stepdad is a fucking junkie. She got hype on y'all. Sisters with sense, take note. Y'all next, bro. Y'all let them knock me off. Let them knock the last masculine man off, bro. Y'all next. Lunchtime.
Skin black woman in his music videos, except for recently with Normani. And I believe his team is only doing that because he's falling off. He's trying to get that black female fan base back now that he's falling off, because I don't think them white folks or them Latinos is really coming to see him like that. I tell you, you black women so fucking stupid. Y'all about the most dumbest bitches on the planet, and I'm about ready to start making videos dissing y'all too. Because that thousands of dollars that y'all spending on this nigga is about ready to go right back to his white or feisty Latino or Asian baby.
She a hater. And one time, just for my brother Marcus, man. Welcome to the Righteous Fair. One more time for Marcus, y'all. She a whole hater. And look here, man. You ain't got to say nothing bad about Chris Brown. Tell her, love.
You don't actually have to comment anything negative about what I know and about what people praise me on knowing. Y'all hop on my, why she got that on? You could actually just grind hard, and if you feel like, you want to get your body done or you want to go to the gym and work out, you have the same access to the same resources that all the rest of us do. You could change your diet and eat no carbs like I do. You can go under the knife and go.
That's what it is, love. You just answered it. Shorty mad she ain't got that $1,000. She ain't got that $1,000. That's what it is. So because she ain't got the $1,000, she gonna take it out on Chris Brown. But if she'd have had that $1,100, she would have her ass right there looking goofy too. And them funky stretch pants, them, the funky attire, because they got all of the other bitches tricked. But we be knowing, yo.
What you need to do is stop playing. You might have all these crusty, dusty musties tricked, but you ain't tricking us.
Let's go. My guy, Cali West, Righteous Fair. What's going on, my guy? Salute, Capitan.
Moms, okay? He need to get that money up to pay that child support, because that's what's going to happen in the future when his music flop. Same shit with the cat.
But y'all spending child support money to get the picture, though. That's what she mad, bro. Shorty mad. She ain't got a nigga to trap. She can't get a nigga to give she ain't got that child support money that she can run through and count up and stack up. Because this is what they do, guys. This is why they always broke. This is why they think you supposed to give them more money after you already pay your child support. Like, bitch, you going to get whatever the courts give you, and that's it. And I still want to see my child, man. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, because you failed, because you suck at life and you tried to play the game. Don't mean I don't want to see my child. I still want to see my child, man. I don't give a fuck. And you're going to get that. You're going to get that. I get it. You don't want me to have custody and joint custody because you think you get more money. I get it. All that. But I want my child, and you only going to get what they going to give you, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Kevin scammy situation. Kevin degraded black women. Them bitches was sending him donation. Guess who Kevin Scamus gave his donation money to? That Latino escort. Yes, he gave.
Oh, she pocket watching. Oh, she a Kev. Oh, she a Kev hater too. Oh, hold on, Kev. Kev, we got a Kev hater in the house, Kev. Pull up for this one, Kev. Pull up, Kev. Pull up. Listen to this one, bro. We got her Kev. She's just a hater. She's just a hater of success. This is what they call. This is what they teach in them little ghetto hoods. They got something called "Eat the Rich," where all the little poor people hate successful people because they feel the successful people should give them money.
Same shit with the Kevin Scamu situation. Kevin degraded black women. Them bitches was sending him donation. Guess who Kevin Scamus gave his donation money to? That Latino escort. Yes, he gave all his money to that prostitute. Best believe she benefited off of that. Them donations money that them black women gave to him that he done degraded. So black women, y'all look stupid. Y'all listen. Look, y'all bitches are just fucking stupid. It is what it is. Like,
That's what
same
you wanted to
shit
say.
with Chris Brown.
The whole. You could have, ma'am. You did not need 10 minutes to tell black your sister, your sister, the ones that'll jump up here and fight me. You ain't had to tell them. You ain't had to tell them that in 10 minutes. You could have just went straight to the giddy up. What you wanted to tell your sisters, how you feel. Tell them how you feel. How you remember? Y'all remember on the Biggie Smalls album, the Mad Rapper. Tell them why you mad, son. Tell them why you mad. Tell them.
Them donations money that them black women gave to him that he done degraded. So black women, y'all look stupid. Y'all listen. Look, y'all bitches are just fucking stupid. It is what it is. Like, same shit with Chris Brown. He just gonna give it to his white baby mom. He's gonna give it to bitches with good hair. Then how old is Chris Brown? In his 30s, man. This nigga getting old. Time for a new light-skinned nigga. To me, Chris Brown songs is boring. I don't listen to none of his music.
Yo, you see what her mind at, right? Time for a new light-skinned nigga. But she mad that the dark-skinned sisters, you can't make this shit up, bro. You cannot make, yo, bro, I ain't even got to break that down. Y'all niggas ain't fools. Y'all know what time it is, bro. Stay away from these ones, bro. I'm not even going to say it. Y'all know. Y'all don't see me with them. Y'all don't see me with them. Stay away from them, yo. These ones.
Yeah, he gonna continue on falling. You me's can praise and worship this nigga all you want. The nigga is still going to flop. He's played out. Don't be surprised if he get a dark-skinned woman pregnant just so he could keep that fan base. How many baby mamas Chris Brown have and none of them is black? Okay, I wait for the answer, mammies. I know y'all answer gonna be not all. Our kings love us, not all of them. So this is the type of image black women want to present to the world. You can trash talk them, you even gotta date them, but they're gonna support you. So save your womb, black woman. Don't give birth to fools. Mad passenger driver X, aka.
That's impossible for you not to give birth, black woman. Giving birth is how y'all get up off your mama couch. So stop lying, bro. Sit here and lie to these sisters, bro. Y'all. Yo, this is the classic example of chicks just out here having babies, you know what I mean? Knowing they broke. And that's a no-no. That's a no-no. You know what I mean? Automatic rights give to the father.
If I had a child and I can't take care of the baby, why should I be able to put the dad that's financially stable on child support? That's I don't feel as if that's fair.
In a sense where the dad is mentally prepared, financially stable, and willing and able to take on those children.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the mom should, if she doesn't do it on her own, which they won't, but if she doesn't do it on her own, I feel like the courts should award that father custody or at least temporary custody of the kid until the mom is able to get
on
financially stable instead of awarding her child support so she could take care of the child with his money.
Absolutely, but that's too logical, sis. That's just too logical, man. It's too logical. There's no money for the state involved in that. It's no money. A whole lot of money get took off the table. $62 million gets snatched off the table of people that do not earn it, people that do not deserve it. Yeah. Now let's go, guys. We're going to ride out with the main event. This is why Chris Brown's career is never going to end.
When discussing Chris Brown, it's impossible to forget the 2009 incident where he physically assaulted his girlfriend Rihanna, who, as we know, was and still is one of the most popular stars of the past decade. Some of you from that moment on were never a fan of Chris Brown again. And while it did leave a stain on his reputation, being forever associated with this disgraceful incident basically didn't hurt his career at all. Today, Chris Brown has over 50 million monthly listeners, has more gold records than Elvis, and is still selling out stadiums all over the world. Just last week, he posted on Instagram about how people still hate him for a mistake he made at 17. But Chris Brown has made a mistake almost every year for the past decade. He seemingly isn't a changed man. So why didn't his career end? Today, you will find out exactly why. Stay hydrated. By early 2009, Chris and Rihanna were considered a music industry hitmaker power couple. Rihanna had 2 #1 hits, SOS and Umbrella, along with a number of hits such as Pon de Replay, Unfaithful, Don't Stop the Music, Shut Up and Drive, Disturbia, which was actually written by Chris Brown, Take a Bow, and many others. Chris also had 2 #1 songs. His debut.
Keep in mind, Rihanna, she get to go all the way overseas, marry a prince, a billionaire prince, get shitted on, the same shit they do in Dubai. She get to do all that, come back reinvented. Everybody loves her. She was a participant. Let's go.
You Run It, and Kiss Kiss, along with other hits like Say Goodbye, Gimme That, Yo, Take You Down, With You, and Forever. Heading into the 51st Annual Grammy Awards, they were both scheduled to perform separately, as well as receiving multiple nominations for various categories. However, these plans ended abruptly when media outlets reported that the couple would not be attending the red carpet, and their performances were canceled shortly afterward. Early that morning, Chris had been arrested following a domestic altercation in a rented Lamborghini that left Rihanna's face bloodied, bruised, and swollen. But to fully understand,
It's crazy because now we tie in our title over there at the Brutally Honest. This is what I mean when I tell you they hide the abuser, but they want to call out the dusties. You mean to tell me they want to call out the men who ain't gonna put their hands on them, the men who trying to get it out the mud. You know what I mean? So they'll call them out all day, ha ha, and he, them, but go right in the crib and get their eye black and won't say nothing. And so, it takes 7 years for a woman to wake up. What the fuck you mean it takes 7 years? You got one time to put your hands on me. You got one time to put your hands on any of my children. One. How is we teaching our little girls that it takes 7 times? Did your little daughter see you tolerate something, ma'am? Because that's where it start. It's a lot of dummies being sent out in these streets, and then these single hell of a mothers get to stick their fat fingers in their pocket, talking about they make their own decisions. So it was Rihanna's decision to sit right there and get beat up. It was her decision to go fly off the handle, right? Because I know this situation. I know this situation all too well. This situation date back in the days where your grandma had that picture. I wish I had the picture available right now. That picture hanging in the kitchen where it had the tools, and it had a picture of a grandma standing by the door, and she had a picture of a shotgun, on one of them dough rollers, and then it was something else. And then it had like a little caption, had a little funny caption, like if he's late, depending on how late he is, it depends on which weapon she gonna use. So y'all all got that programming from your grandmother and your mother, thinking that you get to hit a man if he cheat or if he say something you don't like. Y'all get that from them. And that's gonna get your head knocked off, right? Because let me tell you how us boys are raised, right? Because I'm raised by a single mother. And my mother told me, I'm going to tell you exactly how she told you. How she told me. Exactly. I'm not word for word, ma'am, right? Because then you will blame me when this is how I was raised. You raised that if I come in late, you get to hit me with one of them objects, right? And I'm raised, right? Because you raised by a single mama and grandmama who and some uncles and they done taught you how to emasculate man, right? So I'm raised by a single mama, and my mama told me, if you hit me, to knock your motherfucking head off and come get her. But she did say, knock your motherfucking head off and come get her. That's how we raised. So there's a problem now. There's gonna be a conflict now. But we know how society is. But my mama said, fuck all that. That's the part where I gotta go get her. But you still got your head knocked off, ma'am, because you didn't keep your hand to yourself. And it's how you was raised. Now let's get back to this. Everybody want to play dumb now. I see dumb niggas in the chat playing dumb now. Don't play dumb. You know what I'm talking about. Shit was very clear. And that's exactly how it go down. Because you've been trained to be fake and ignore shit. Oh, leave it alone. It'll fix itself. No, the fuck it won't. Dummy.
Understand what occurred that night, we must backtrack when the couple initially began dating. Chris and Rihanna were not your typical teenage romance. They couldn't dine at restaurants or book hotel rooms without paparazzi flooding the parking lot. With so much power, influence, and a lack of privacy at such a young age, things were bound to get ugly. Chris told Rihanna that he wanted to marry her. Before he proposed, he wanted to come clean and admit that he had slept with one of his female assistants. Rihanna.
Yo, it's funny you said that because he gonna come back for your type first. Your kind that like to go around people chats when we not talking about scripture, we talking about real life, and we talking about the ways of the world, and then you run by the chat and you put that Jesus is real and he's coming, that he's gonna get you for that. He's gonna get you for that. You're gonna be the first one he come back for, bro.
Rihanna was floored. She could no longer trust Chris for hiding this from her for so long, especially since Rihanna asked Chris years ago if he ever slept with this woman.
My trust totally was lost with her. You know what I'm saying? She hated.
So that we all clear, I'm gonna play that back because the old fool in the chat distracted me a little bit. But I'm gonna play that back so that we all clear. She put her hands on him because of her assumption of cheating. That's no right to put your hands on a man, ma'am.
Especially since Rihanna asked Chris years ago if he ever slept with this woman.
My trust totally was lost with her. You know what I'm saying? She hated me. Like after that, I tried everything. Like we would fight each other. She would hit me. I would hit her. But it never was okay.
There were actually 2 previous domestic abuse related incidents before the Grammys. The first offense cited occurred in.
Did y'all know that? Did y'all know it was 2 previous sightings? So she a repeater. She saw the programming where you stand there and let a man bust you in the head. We know how he raised. I ain't dig Rihanna pass up, but I already know them island girls, they something else. Them island girls are something else with that attitude disguised as mental illness. It's mental illness now. They disguise it as an attitude, but that shit mental illness, bro. But they something else.
Europe about 3 months before his arrest. Chris and Rihanna were engaged in a verbal dispute.
What's wrong with him? The same thing that's wrong with you. I guarantee you that. The same thing that's wrong with you. Y'all two is the same. He coming back for y'all first. That's all. No more. Don't worry about it. It's all right. Just understand he coming back for y'all first. Don't worry about it. Just keep going around the chat saying weird shit, thinking you scaring somebody with Jesus. Stop using Jesus to try to scare people or to try to stay the same. Jesus wants you to change. All right? So you can use Jesus all you want. If you're not changing, if you're not becoming the best version of yourself, he's coming to see you first. All right? God damn it. So let's play.
When she slapped him, and he responded by shoving her into a wall. The report also states that in January, Brown and Rihanna were vacationing in Barbados and got into an argument while they were riding around in a borrowed Range Rover. No injuries were reported, but Brown got out of the vehicle and smashed the driver and front passenger side windows. But on February 8th, it all reached a tipping point, and it was about to get bad. Chris, who was 18 at the time, and Rihanna, who was 19, arrived at the executive Clive Davis's legendary pre-Grammy bash, The couple were approached by the woman Chris had slept with before his relationship with Rihanna, the woman who sparked trust issues between the two. Chris claimed he didn't know she would be there, but Rihanna was upset nonetheless. She began crying before the ceremony started. However, as the night continued, she gradually got over it. They drank, laughed, and enjoyed their night before leaving the venue. Up until that point, everything was fine, as Rihanna explained. The couple had a blast that night. On the drive home, Rihanna discovered a lengthy text message on Chris's phone from the woman they had encountered earlier that night. Chris claimed he never saw the message, but Rihanna felt like she caught him in a lie and he wouldn't tell the truth. She wouldn't drop the issue and couldn't accept that he could be lying to her. Rihanna felt like Chris's back was against the wall and it caused him to get enraged and become violent. Chris, on the other hand, offered a different story. Off top, she thought I was lying. She starts going off, she throws the phone, I hate you, whatever. Starts hitting me, we're in a new Lamborghini. You know, she's fighting me and I'm like, look, I'm telling you the truth, I swear to God. You know, I'm telling you the truth, stop it. So then she hits me.
Now, it's much different from the Cassie situation now. It's much different. Cassie, she get the pass because we ain't see her make no hits. The story don't go, she hit on him. She ain't look like she hit on him for what we see. But now we know this is different. This is a whole different story now.
Me a couple more times and I just
it doesn't go from translation to let's sit down, I'm telling you the truth. It goes to now I'm finna be mean and be evil.
So then I remember she like tried to kick me. It's like her just being upset.
But then I really hit her. Like I with a closed fist, like I punched her, you know, and it busted her lip.
And when I saw it, I was in shock. Like, fuck, why did I hit her like that?
So from there, she just spit in my face, like spit the blood in my face, and I'm like.
And it enraged me even more. Like it's a real on fight in a car. We driving in the street. So then I'm like, yo.
That shit triggered him, bro. That shit triggered him, bro. What did y'all not understand? We just went over it. Maybe y'all gotta go play it back. Maybe you gotta play the stream back. We went over how he was raised, who raised him. That shit triggered his childhood. It reminded him of his childhood. It took him back to his stepdad hitting on his mom's hitting back, trying to fight for his life. It took him back. This is why you don't go hitting on people, especially a man. This is why you don't go feeling on a man. Because it triggers a man. What's wrong with y'all?
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, black women? What's wrong with you voting for Barack Obama? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Hey, we tripping. Like, what the f? Like, what are we doing?
Chris says that he didn't start the verbal or physical fight, but he does admit that he retaliated violently, and that was wrong. According to the detective's statement, Rihanna made frantic calls and texts to...
You do not get to pick how a motherfucker retaliate to your disrespect. You do not. You do not. You do not.
staff after Chris allegedly threatened to assault her when they arrived home. The outrage only angered Brown more, and he continued his barrage of punches as the vehicle swerved. All Rihanna could think to herself was, when is it going to stop? Eventually, Chris pulled over. Rihanna ripped the keys out of the ignition and pretended to throw them out the window, forcing Chris to exit the vehicle. While searching for the keys, Rihanna yelled, "Help, he's trying to kill me." A neighbor heard Rihanna's screams and immediately dialed 911. Frustrated, Chris walked home while Rihanna remained there until authorities arrived. After their Grammys appearance was canceled, the public soon learned about the truth regarding what occurred earlier that day. Following the news leaking to the media publications, TMZ released a photo of Rihanna where she sustained visible injuries. Someone in the police department leaked the photo. Rihanna described this person as a very nasty woman who thought a check was more important than morals. If Chris's situation wasn't bad before, the visual representation of his actions made it significantly worse. He eventually turned himself into the authorities and was booked under suspicion of making criminal threats. It's important to keep in mind that we didn't truly hear Chris's side of the story until 2017, nearly 10 years later, because he chose to publicly admit his wrongdoings with this apology he uploaded to the internet.
No, because he chose to go along to get along because he knew what was best for him, because he knew what it really was about. He knew what it really was about, because it wasn't even about all that text message shit and all that. They had prior beef because she was burning. And he wanted to know how she was burning. But we ain't going to get to that. We going to get to that. We gonna get to that, but he went along to get along because she was down with them powerful folks. She was down with them powerful folks. And this is why everybody doing videos on Jay-Z, because shit just don't smell right. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there is smoke, there is fire, bro. And she was a part of she was under some powerful folks. Let's just say that. So it was in his best interest to go along to get along.
Hi, I'm Chris Brown. Since February, my attorney has advised me not to speak out, even though ever since the incident, I wanted to publicly express my deepest regret and accept full responsibility. Although I would do some interviews and answer some questions in the future, I felt it was time that you heard directly from me that I am sorry.
He carried that same sentiment to court as he pleaded guilty to felony assault. In August of 2009, Chris received 5 years of probation. He was ordered to attend 1 year of domestic violence counseling and undergo 6 months of community service. After the trial, Rihanna broke her silence.
I fell in love with that person. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing that that's the type of person.
Look at her. They got her script written out to play the victim while they got him over there playing like he, and the whole story come to light is she hit first. This is, remember guys, we playing what it was when it happened, how the media shape a story, fix a story to grab the minds of these stupid ass women. But you know, they don't want to be held accountable for nothing, because for a woman to admit that they're wrong and somebody tricked them, that's like trying to find a cure for cancer, y'all.
Women are not accountable for the simple fact that it would just, it would be us women having to admit that we're ignorant, we're dumb, we're slow, and we're easy to be deceived. We're easy to be deceived and manipulated and played with. So if women was to be, oh yeah, I'm accountable for da-da-da-da, I ignored these red flags. Most women are not going to say where they messed up that they were slow, ignorant, delayed. They're not going to admit that, because that's what accountability is all about. Admitting where you went wrong at, where you went wrong. And women are simply, we're just not going to do that, because we're not wrong. We're always right. Men are wrong. Men know better and should be doing better.
Just sound retarded. Just a proud U.S. special ed citizen. They happy to be the special ed class of the United States of America. Proud and passionately ignorant. You're queens.
That I fell in love with. So far in love. So unconditional that I went back.
On average, I think it takes a woman 7 times before she leaves.
8 or 9, actually. And I don't want that to happen.
Then Chris publicly responded.
I told y'all these bitches is cats, bro. I told y'all these bitches is cats. She gonna say 9. So y'all got 9 lives now. Now y'all bitches got 9 lives. Oh man, I learned some new shit every day. These bitches run around here thinking they got 9 lives, y'all. Y'all ate from the wrong tree. Y'all dumb bitches, y'all ate from the wrong tree if you wanted 9 lives, man. You tried to be smart. You tried to be slick. You wanted to be smarter than everything. You ended up being the dumbest one in the bulb, in the box, bro.
Is it difficult for you to hear Rihanna say those things?
It is. It's real difficult. It hurts, but it's just something that I have to be responsible for, because I'm responsible for my actions.
He did the right thing by admitting his wrongdoings, but he still lost sponsorships, bookings, and radio play. Despite the backlash, he decided to release an album in 2009, Graffiti, which debuted at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 200 and sold 102,000 copies in the first week. This is still his worst performance.
Look how Shorty hating. See, Shorty was hating on that last one. That's how they talk when they have no information. She just really wanted to say, fuck y'all black sisters that's being stupid, that's enjoying life, because y'all ain't messed y'all life up. That's all she wanted to say, because the other stuff she was talking was non-facts. These are the facts. The boy bad. The boy Mike. He our version of Mike.
Album, but it's also easily his worst sounding album. At the time, people thought his career was ruined, but actually, this was only a minor setback. Chris was about to dominate for the next decade, and although he claimed he was going to change his actions, that couldn't be further from the truth.
I have sought and I'm continuing to seek help to ensure that what occurred in February can never happen again. And as I sit here today, I can tell you that I will do everything in my power to make sure that it never happens again. And I promise that.
Chris was never blackballed from the music industry. Just 1 year after pleading guilty, he was booked to perform a Michael Jackson tribute at the 2010 BET Awards. During the performance, he famously began crying and fell to his knees while singing Jackson's Man in the Mirror.
And y'all didn't know that because y'all be so hooked to whatever they tell y'all. That was the ritual. So he was not blackballed. All he had to do was that little video that y'all just saw and this performance here and cry and emasculate himself and make himself out to be so feminine and that all the feminist women that eat it up. Because the Lilith, she loved to see a weak man. She loved to see a weakened man. That's why all of them chicks that jump in my chat, they be trying. They be trying hard. But that's all they do is try. They could never, ever emasculate me. That's their goal. You know what I mean? They do it to some of y'all all day long, but they will never, ever get me like that. You either gonna roll and learn, or you gonna get your feelings hurt with Mr. Goodbread. Remember the name, Mr. Goodbread.
His breakdown sparked a positive reaction as viewers and celebrities alike praised his ability to be vulnerable while honoring his idol. This performance completely changed the public perception.
It's the Tupac. They did the same thing with Tupac, yo. It's Tupac. How you have a nigga wearing a scarf with tattoos and he crying all in one breath. Nigga was working with feminism, bro. He was working with the monster, bro.
Perception of him. Those tears won over the hearts of his fans and haters. They thought everyone deserves a second chance, especially someone as talented as Chris Brown. Coming off the positive press,
it doesn't. Crying does not make you feminine. But when you cry, fall to your knees, and you put all that together, and it's in front of people, that's emasculating. That makes you feminine. That's what they want to see. You don't give the people what they want to see. You give the people what they need. You don't give them what they want to see. And you know what I mean? And truthfully, no man should cry in public. When you want to cry, when you need to cry, you go find an isolated room and you let it the fuck out, sir. You don't go crying around people. All right, sir? Your mother didn't teach you right. Your mother did not raise you right. And it's sad. What sound crazy, Jamila? Your picture look crazy too, but now we even because your profile picture look just as crazy as I sound. So what sound crazy, ma'am? I hope you're not raising any boys, ma'am. I hope you're not. You know what I mean? What sound crazy? We're waiting for your answer on what sound crazy. While we wait for your answer, let me know if this sound crazy too.
Single mothers oftentimes do everything but fuck their sons. And they have that emotional stability that is built within the home. A single mother is a fuckboy factory. Single women become so emotionally dependent upon their children, specifically their sons, that they will convince themselves that they don't need a man until they encounter.
Absolutely, and that's the same thing we just sat up here and say. Their job is to try to emasculate you, sensify you, soften you up. Let's stop playing, bro. I tell you, we're going to get rid of all the mental illness.
Chris released another hit called Deuces. The 3-times platinum single was remixed by some of the biggest names in hip-hop, including Drake, Kanye West, Andre 3000, and Rick Ross. Chris thought the world forgave him, and in February 2011, Rihanna's restraining order against Chris was eased as a judge allowed the two to have contact with each other. But the world didn't forget, which made him very angry.
Have you been able to? How have you been able to?
I've been focusing on his album, you know. I think this album is what, you know, I want people to hear and want people to really get into. So definitely this album is what I want them to talk about and not the stuff that happened 2 years ago.
After this agitated interview, Chris stormed off the Good Morning America set, screaming down the hallway. He allegedly threw a chair at his dressing room window, which caused the glass to shatter on the street below, ripped his shirt off, and taunted one of the producers before ultimately leaving the studio, where he was photographed on the street after lashing out. Later that day, he posted a now-deleted tweet that read, "I'm so over people bringing this passion up, yet we praise Charlie Sheen and other celebs for their bullshit." Chris appeared in an interview days later and apologized for his outburst. Luckily for Chris, he found one woman who was there for him during all the chaos. Karrueche Tran. They had been private about their relationship, but were seen together a lot in early 2011 until the pair ultimately decided to make their relationship officially public. Chris then dropped his 2011 album, Fame, which stood for Forgiving All My Enemies. The album was a major success, with hit singles like Look at Me Now and Yeah x3. Chris was able to sell 270,000 copies first week and earned his first #1 album. The next year, he dropped Fortune, which would be his second #1 album. Back-to-back #1s proved that Chris Brown's music was good enough to look beyond his demons. It also helped that every major artist in the industry was totally fine with working with him. But he was about to get the biggest cosign that would fundamentally restore his reputation. That would come from Rihanna. Chris appeared on the remix of Rihanna's song Birthday Cake. In return, Rihanna featured on Turn Up the Music. The records were very controversial due to their past. Rihanna said she didn't understand the controversy. She didn't see how people could think it was a bad thing. Rihanna's defense over the music made it clear that she had forgiven Chris, but she took it a step further when she went on Oprah to publicly speak on their relationship.
He made that mistake because he needed help, and like, who's gonna help him? Nobody's gonna say he needs help. Everybody's gonna say he's a monster without looking at the source. And I was more concerned about him.
So now you gonna sit there and clear it up after the fact with the biggest and we know she the demon. She the demon. She the gatekeeper of the demons. She can get you to sit right next to Lilith. She could get any black woman to sit right next to Lilith. She is the gatekeeper. You gonna sit up there and now retract your story. This shit crazy how they could just say one thing and then now you're gonna take ownership. Now you're gonna take accountability to clear his name because you wanted him on that song. You wanted him on that birthday cake. Funny style, bro. Funny style. So now it's okay for the world to love him because you want to use him.
That is really powerful. Have you forgiven him?
I have forgiven him.
The person who was undoubtedly the victim in the situation has forgiven the assailant. That was enough for fans to fully embrace Chris again.
You know, man, like I said, man, people make mistakes. And if Rihanna's willing to forgive Chris, then everybody else need to mind their business and forgive Chris too.
It seemed ludicrous for fans to hold this over Chris's head when Rihanna herself felt compassion for him. Chris and Karrueche ended up splitting up during this time. Chris shared his struggles with loving two women at the same time.
You know, when you share history with somebody, then you tend to fall in love with somebody else. It's kind of difficult. You know what I'm saying?
Rihanna and Chris began dating again. He made a mistake and he's paid his dues, Rihanna says. Because of her support and their rekindled relationship, his reputation to the public was fully restored. And for the next 10 years, he would have a wildly successful career despite a long list of criminal charges. In January of 2013, Chris got into a verbal altercation with Frank Ocean over a parking space, calling him a homophobic slur and then punched him in the face while two of Brown's friends jumped in. Chris was captured in public wearing a hard cast on his right hand days later, with no explanation for his injury. Despite clearly being assaulted, Frank ultimately chose to not press charges. Later on in 2013, Brown was arrested for felony assault in Washington, D.C., where he and his bodyguard, Christopher Hollisey, were involved in a physical altercation with two men outside of the W Hotel. Keep in mind, he was still on probation from the 2009 Rihanna assault. He would plead guilty to this assault in 2014. 1 month later, he was booted from a rehab facility after smashing his mother's car window during a family session. In early 2014, a judge ordered Chris Brown to stay another 2 months in a Malibu rehab, where doctors blamed the R&B singer's violent past on previously undiagnosed PTSD and bipolar disorder. They said,
You right, Nick Cole. You absolutely 100% right on that right there. But then I would turn this live somewhere else. You know what I mean? And the thumbnails didn't read nothing about teaching the boys emotions and all of that. You know what I mean? But you are right. And you know, as a man, when you know, when something is right, you gotta call it out. You gotta call the spade a spade. But you are right. That's 100. You right.
said he was responding to the treatment well. In May of 2014, Chris Brown was ordered to spend 131 days in Los Angeles County Jail by a superior court judge in California after the singer admitted to violating the terms of his probation, but he was released after 60 days. Then he released his album X, which sold 146,000 copies.
Yeah, right. He got everybody that's coming in. Y'all all hitting right now. Y'all all hitting. Chris Brown get this from the relationship. Remember, I tell y'all, I teach y'all this. Everybody get they skills and they ways from the first relationship you have with your parents, bro. The relationship you have with your mom and dad is your accumulated ways. That's what they taught you up. When God say train them up, whether they taught you something good or whether they taught you something bad, whether they left the school to teach you, whether they left society to teach you, the first relationship you have is where you get your skills from. And many people never go back in and they never tap into their self. This is why my number one message be what? Pour into self. Pour into self. Because nobody ever tap into their self to rearrange a couple of things. Because it's fucked up. They love you, but it's fucked up. I saw somebody put it in the chat. If you let your parents control you, you crazy, because they love you, but they don't have the information. They didn't have time to get to the information to teach it to you and put food on your table, clothes on your back.
His first week and debuted number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. In January of 2015, his probation was revoked after he left the Los Angeles County area to host a private party that led to 5 people getting shot. Him and Carucci finally break up for good in 2015 when she found out that Chris impregnated another woman. In May of 2015, a man alleged that Chris hit him after an argument over a basketball game at the Palms Casino Resort, but Chris denied and the alleged victim didn't press charges. He dropped his 2015 album Royalty, selling 184,000 units first week, and debuted number 3 on the Billboard Hot 200. In January 2016, Brown was investigated by the police in Los Angeles after a woman alleged that he beat her and stole her cell phone during a party at the Palms Casino Resort. He was not charged. In June of 2016, he's sued by his ex-manager Mike G and claimed that Chris Brown brutally attacked him, punching him 4 times in the face and neck. This matter was settled out of court in 2019. In August 2016, a woman called the police and claimed that Chris threatened her with a gun outside of his home. He repeatedly proclaimed his innocence and was eventually arrested and later released from jail on a $250,000 bail. But he sued the woman for defamation and won. Through incriminating text messages, the woman told her friend, "Don't you know this freak Chris Brown is kicking me out of his house because I called his friend's jewelry fake? Can you come get me? My Uber is messing up. If not, I'm going to set him up and call the cops and say that he tried to shoot me, and that will teach him a lesson. I'm going to set his ass up." Him winning this suit is huge, because it started to put into question how many times he could have been falsely accused because of his status. And because of his past, his character continued to be defaced by allegations highlighted by the media, as many of his crimes were dropped due to people not pressing charges or lack of evidence. In April of 2017, Tampa police said Brown allegedly sucker punched a 28-year-old club promoter during a paid appearance. The charges were dropped due to insignificant evidence. His ex Carucci filed a 5-year restraining order against Chris and won. Tran claimed that after the couple broke up, Brown demanded that she return diamond rings and other gifts that she had received during their relationship. When she refused, Brown reportedly texted her, "I'm not being nice to you no more. If I see you out in public again and I'm there, I will make you hate me even more. Don't be anywhere I'm out in public. I'm going to ban you from all events." In another text, he allegedly wrote, "Bitch, I will beat the shit out of you. And I promise you I will make your life hell." In February, Tran claimed in a sworn statement that Brown had previously punched me in my stomach twice and pushed me down the stairs. In separate reports, Chris allegedly threatened to kill her. In January 2019, authorities in Paris detained Chris, his bodyguard, and a friend on potential charges of aggravated rape and drug infractions. A woman filed a complaint with the police alleging she was assaulted at his suite at the Mandarin Oriental Hotel. Chris and his associates were released from custody without charge just 2 days later. Paris authorities kept the investigation open, and Chris retaliated by following a defamation lawsuit against the woman. In the summer of 2019, Chris dropped his 9th studio album, Indigo. His criminal past seemingly once again had no effect on his commercial sales, as Indigo debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard 200, making it his 3rd number 1 album. I stopped in 2019, but every year he seems to have a major allegation or arrest. Ultimately, Chris complaining about being tired of this narrative of him being an abuser or violent man is fully self-inflicted. Every 6 months to a year, there's a new story about him punching someone or being violent towards someone. So is this narrative really about the Rihanna incident or repeated behavior? And for him to complain seems odd, because his career has never been held up. He's never fallen off, and he's never been blackballed. 3 number 1 albums, 114 songs on the Billboard Hot 100, 11 top 10 hits, and nearly 200 million records sold. Most people choose to look the other way regarding his legal issues because they love his music so much. Most people are separating the art from the artist when it comes to Chris Brown. Most people don't care about his violent history. So if you're a person who hates cancel culture, You look at Chris Brown as a success story. For everyone else, I guess you're just hoping it doesn't get worse. One thing Chris Brown is right about is people tuning in to see Blueface and Krishan beat the snot out of each other in front of the world, and that's not okay. But you can hear all about that in this video.
Shit crazy though, yo. Shit weird to me though. It's crazy how they beat up Drake about not being black, and they let Kendrick put that shit on Drake, but they forget that Chris Breezy he biracial too. So when he say he don't deal with black women, y'all shouldn't even be mad like that. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I got to, you know what I mean? Y'all can't be stubborn. But y'all, yo, it's been real, yo. I had a good time with y'all today. We broke down this Chris Brown situation. We proved that these women, they'll forever hide the abusers and call out the so-called Dusties, even though half the time the men that they call Dusty is paying rent in his crib and in their crib. Yes. Yes. Because these chicks be cashing child support checks. That's what they're using to take these pictures with Chris Brown. They're using a whole lot of child support check money, a whole lot, because the money supposed to be for the child. But it's funny how when you ask them, how was you taking care of all your responsibilities before this child? It get quiet. It get quiet. You ask the bitch, your mom, how you was paying your rent? How you was your light bill, your water, your gas, your electric? How you was doing all that before I meet to meet? It's quiet then. It's quiet. It's quiet. You know what I mean? But somebody said something that was detrimental to the live. They said something that was really important, and I really felt it in my soul. And they right. Some of the dudes is worse than the bitches. I say that all of the time. I say these niggas is worse than the bitches. You know what I mean? And that's because the bitches get to raise the niggas. Niggas don't raise bitches. You know what I mean? Niggas don't raise bitches in our community, y'all see? So niggas tell on theyself. People tell on theyself. People tell they logic. That's how people think. People run around here thinking that boys raise mothers when it's mothers who raising these boys. So we forget. That's why the niggas are worse than us. So like maybe we need to start addressing the mothers and stop bashing and blaming the man for everything. Cause it's really the moms that's sending them out there to fuck with you. Know what I mean?
Single mothers oftentimes do everything but fuck their sons. And they have that emotional stability that is built within the home. A single mother is a fuckboy factory. Single women become so emotionally dependent upon their children, specifically their sons, that they will convince themselves that they don't need a man until they encounter the space from being alone to genuinely being lonely. And now we're having to deal with the imbalance that was set in the household, because this boy is not your son, he is your man. When you want to cuddle, you go lay down with them. When you want some emotional time, you go watch movies with them. You touch them and you rub them and you massage them. You do these things, everything that you would do to a man to suffice that. A lot of women even dress their sons like the man that broke their heart.
This is tough.
So I think that that's the dichotomy. Like, I'm not saying that your children shouldn't have weight in your relationship, but what I am saying that we have to look at it from an integral space. Like, why do they feel this way? Especially if you're dealing with a man-child who is uncomfortable with your new partner, and this man-child is not necessarily a little boy anymore.
All right. So she just broke down Chris Brown right there. So if you got any problem, if you still struggling with what's our problem in our community, then you're a part of it. You're a part of the problem. And that's all I have to say, y'all. Y'all know I love y'all, both channels. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all wrap up, strap up, drink responsibly. Do not, what? Evil live unto your name. Evil lives until your name. That finds, but karma is real. But karma only occurs in the afterlife. So nobody gets karma on this earth. Karma is something that you deal with in the afterlife. You do know that, right? That's why I say y'all got to do the research. Stop clinging to stupid shit that you hear other people say and then you go run and repeat it, bro. Now Nick Cole, you was hitting, but you do know that. Go research that. Research that so you won't put shit that common people put when you know what I mean? You almost there. You almost there, bro. But go research that. That's your homework for tonight. All right? Karma is not going to happen to anybody on earth. People is dealing with their poor choices and their bad decisions. That's not karma. That's clear. If you 1 + 1 = 2, not 11. If you do this, you're going to get that every single time. Ain't no karma. That's not no, what the fuck is y'all talking about? But I love y'all, man. Just go get educated, man. We suffer for the lack of knowledge, bro. I do not know everything. I know bitches and money. That's it. I don't know cars and I don't know sports. So don't feel no way. Don't be intimidated. Yo, you could, if we was arguing about something else, you got me. You got me. Love y'all, bro. Wrap up, strap up, drink responsibly. Do not play with your life. We out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Harlem, New York, put your cigarettes out and pull your panties out. Put your hands together. Mr.